Hey Madden fans, this is Drunkish Drew bringing you a quick tip that will hopefully help your red zone defense, but it's just a good bit of knowledge here. And it's about the deep zones. So I'm calling a cover two. I like to use cover two in the red zone, and I prefer zone defenses normally when they get this close to my goal line. That way all my defenders are looking. You will rarely find me running man-to-man defense because that's susceptible to scramble with the quarterback, and I'll run man-to-man between the 20s and zone in the red zone. It's just kind of a rule of thumb that might help some of you guys that are struggling in defense. So anyway, moving on to the tip, it's about the deep zones. If you look at the two safeties there, free safety on the left, strong safety on the right, you will see that they are in deep blue by stock. And that will not help much in the red zone. It's going to get them out of position more times than not, especially when there's not much field to cover. And even if you're trying to cover against a fade. So if you'll notice that the line that draws from the feet of those safeties to the center of the zone is going backwards. When your play art has a defender going with the line going backwards, their first 2 or 3 steps will always be backwards, which oftentimes will allow a receiver on maybe a slant or a curl to get right in front of them and score the touchdown. And if the offense chooses to run, they're going to be going backwards first before going to the run. I'm using 2 controllers here, so I'm just going to hit X and run a play, and you'll see, just watch the safeties, they're going to back up. And though a free safety got so deep that he was going to have every receiver in front of him. Again, they just back up and they'll take themselves out of the play often. So here is how I counter that. I will change those zones to maybe like a curl to flat zone. And look at how the coverage is up there. Now, this is even better if they were close, and I'll move it up in a second to like the 5-yard line, and you'll see how good this setup is going to cover the end zone. But just to see, now they are stepping forward, and then they're looking for, they're going to be in front of the receivers and allow you to get more interceptions that way. I'll do it again. You can see, or if you even put them in a hook zone or virtually any zone that's going to get them out of the deep blues that has them moving back, especially if it's run and play. I'll audible to just an ISO here, and they're moving forward. They're going to be closer to make a play as opposed to going backwards a couple yards. So if I respot the ball here, you'll find yourself in this situation a lot. Let's say the offense is at, we'll put it at the 6. And now you definitely don't want these guys going backwards on their first step. Now this one, they have the zone where they are going to go forward a little bit, but as you can tell, it's not going to cover as well. As a matter of fact, even though the line was drawn, they still went backwards. So if you change them to the zone, the purple zone for the curl to flat, look at this coverage. This is really phenomenal coverage. And then you can use your coverage adjustment to, often I'll do underneath, unless you just have a player that you know is, they got a Des Bryant or somebody and they're just going to do a high catch in the corner of the end zone, then you might want to rethink. But playing most teams, you can do that underneath, which is going to move the defenders to the bottom of their zones, and that'll make a difference. This is just good general knowledge too. So we got a good coverage everywhere. Let me call a pass here, and then watch how they are looking for a pick or a swat. But that's it. You get the idea. Pretty much too long didn't read is if you're this close to the end zone, call a zone play and don't let those safeties stay in the deep zone, or maybe put one of them, leave one of them in the deep zone and do something else with the other, especially if you prefer cover 3. But I think that cover 2 is a superior zone defense for red zone defense. So thanks for viewing. Again, I'm Drunkest Droog. Please like and subscribe my video. Check out some of the other ones, and you can follow me on Twitter at Drunkest Droog, and we'll talk to you soon.